Nithyananadam, with the auspicious grace and blessings of my Guru, His Holiness Paramahamsa Nithyananda Swami, with gratitude to Swamiji, I welcome you to this video where I discuss a tip for doing the science of completion process as cognized by Swamiji. Now, the science of completion is a very powerful process to cause your reality, because what is preventing us from achieving what we want to achieve in life, from being who we want to be in life? It's what Swamiji calls incompletions. These incompletions end up ruling, triggering us, and ruling how we act in life, the decisions we make in life, who we associate with, who we don't associate with, how we view ourselves, how we view the world, God, life around us. And they can be very damaging and create obstacles from us causing our reality. And what is an example of an incompletion? It could be anger, it could be sadness, guilt, frustration. So the completion process is a multi-step process, and I'll share the link to the full process so that you can see Swamiji explain it, and you go through each process very sincerely. One of the steps in the process is identifying various incidents in your life where you had this incompletion inside of you. Now, one key thing is when you're recognizing the incompletion, remember right now you are adult. So your mind is an adult's mind. So your words, your vocabulary is something that has accumulated over time. But these words, cognitions, are not what you would have had when you were 4 years old, 5 years old. Your cognition would have been very raw, very emotional, and very simple. So when you're identifying the incompletion, it's very important that you really go to the core of the incompletion. I'll give you an example. You may be working at let's say some corporate job, and you have a manager, and this manager has a history of stealing your ideas and passing it off as if it's his. So let's say last week you were sitting in a meeting with your manager and other co-workers, and your manager explains an idea that you told them and acts as if it's his. I'm totally making up the situation. You can put in any incident. Now, what important is, obviously in that situation, there will be some reaction inside of you. And it's important at that point when you're identifying the incompletion, okay, this is an incident where what? So you may say, I am never people don't appreciate me, or I'm not recognized by my friends, I'm not recognized by my managers. Now, these are not words you would have used when had access to when you were 5 or understood. So yes, those cognitions may be happening inside you, and yes, those cognitions may have been permeating your life to, at least from some point. But look in deeper. What is the actual feeling inside, the raw feeling when you understood that the manager has stolen your idea? What does a raw feeling mean? It could be like a choked feeling. It could be like the moment you're about to cry. It could be like a shocked feeling. It could be like you feel frozen. But it's something very raw is the best word, because that is the actual incompletion which you cognized and experienced when you were very young in your root incident. And that is a common denominator in all of these incidents in your life which you have understood have caused this incompletion to flare up, and you have understood as incidents which are preventing you from achieving, causing your reality, the story of your life. So it's very important to pinpoint the raw emotion, the raw feeling, the raw reaction you have, because that will unveil many incompletions, many incidents, which all of those should be completed with the completion process. And you'll see when you go to this depth of sitting and looking in, you'll go straight to the source root pattern. You'll go straight to all your incompletions. You'll be able to identify incidents, and you'll be able to understand and experience that these incidents are not you. It's just how you reacted, it's how you cognized life at that moment. So this is I found to be helpful when I understood, okay, I'm not just identifying some words or cognition. It's the feeling that's attached with those words, the feeling I felt as a very young kid, I should say. So when you're going through the completion process, have this kind of magnifying glass on yourself. And it may initially feel like, okay, I don't want to do this. Why would I want to relive? Why would I want to remember? Actually, it's not remembering. It's reliving, knowing that Swamiji is with you, and reliving with awareness. That just helps make these incompletions redundant, and you understand they're not you. So, I encourage you to sit and do the completion process. And more than just doing the completion process, if you really, really want to have a breakthrough and be done with these core incompletions, the Inner Awakening program, which is a 23-day yoga and meditation retreat, focuses on making you understand and do the completion process, so that in the presence of Swamiji, whose very energy, his very look, his presence, his being causes completion inside of you. But when you're doing it in the Inner Awakening program, you'll have so much support mechanisms to make sure you sit and you do it, and you'll see that there's just breakthrough after breakthrough. So, if you've really understood, okay, I have all these incompletions, yes, and they've been, coming up in many parts of my life, and I'm tired of it. That point of I'm just tired of it, I'm sick of it. That's when you'll understand the Inner Awakening program is for you. Because there's nothing else outside of this, any other solution that will support you and give you the breakthrough you need to cause the life you want, the way you want, without being held down by these incompletions, without being held back by all of these incompletions. The other options are what? Ignore them. They're just going to surface up again. You know that. Another option is take prescription medication so that you can be a dull person and not know your feelings, not know what's happening around you. Who wants that? Or take illegal drugs where you totally put your mind, body at risk to escape, and who knows the consequences. Or take it out on life, which just leads to more incompletions. So if you've got into that awareness that yes, you need to make a change, yes, you need to go beyond all of this mess, and it's possible, it is so possible, then please check out innerawakening.org. Check out my playlist on Inner Awakening, my playlist on the Science of Completion, and see the healing that just happens by knowing about this process, by playing with this process, and just imagine what it would be like to be done with these incompletions. That's the life you deserve. That's the life you want. And Swamiji makes it happen. Swamiji causes this reality. And he's there with you throughout and post Inner Awakening. So thank you so much for allowing me to share about the Science of Completion. And hopefully you will do the process with sincerity. If you have any questions about it, please message me. And I wish you the best in doing the process and having a conscious breakthrough. And if you have any questions about inner awakening, again, just message me and I'd be happy to answer them or point you in the right direction. So thank you so much for listening, and thank you, Swamiji and Nithyananadam.